Good afternoon. My name is Dexter Lilley. I'm the COO of Index AR Solutions. You show the slides? One more. Okay. Just in way of full disclosure, I left the company I came from as an executive at Huntington Ingalls Industries. We were the parent company of Newport News Shipbuilding, and you heard from Patrick that came from Newport News. The reason I left was myself and another person at the company was to start Index AR Solutions because Newport News Shipbuilding did not want to commercialize this. So we're a startup. We're a startup with history. We had 4.5 years of research and development and 38 projects that have been done at Newport News today, and we wanted to capitalize that by taking it outside. So we have a teaming agreement with Newport News Shipbuilding. My background is not in AR technology. My background is actually running industrial processes. So when I was head of structural fabrication assembly and the component fabrication assembly at the shipyard, I brought lean manufacturing into the shipyard. And I saw savings like 5 and 10%. When I saw what this could do, it totally changed. And it caused me to leave the company to start this Index AR Solutions. So we're out there trying to commercialize this and sell this to outside companies, and we have this great teaming agreement with Newport News Shipbuilding. I'm going to talk about end user training, and most of that experience is at Newport News Shipbuilding. We had a history of trying to bring laptops, or we also had a rover that was sort of a virtual reality where skilled laborers would try to use the laptop and then go back to their work site or go into what we called the rover, which is a room with a big screen and 3D glasses, and try to learn something there and then take it back to the work site, and it just didn't work. And it was high training costs to get these guys to try to understand and use the products that were available to them. Our key points with users are they need to understand tracking. They have to know where the index is. Some of you might call that a target, but we call it index at Index AR Solutions. And they have to understand the company or organization issues, the security issues that you've heard so much about this morning. Our goal is little or no user training. So what I want to show you right now is a short video, it's about 30 seconds, of skilled craftsmen after they've used AR, which is deployed for us on tablets right now. We will be glad to use the heads-up displays when they're OSHA certified and ready to go. So we're just going to use the latest and greatest hardware, whatever that might be. So please show the video, and this is unscripted union employees. Okay. It's a testimonial. Do I have time to tell a joke?
My mechanics, they love it. They said it's excellent. It's the best tool we ever had for like the information.
It was great. I mean, it has an overlay of the job. It gives us a three-dimensional view of what we're looking at, as opposed to the 2D views on the drawing when you flip it back and forth.
No flipping through, flip, just hit the button. It's pretty much the information was there.
It's a good deal. It eliminates a lot of hassle and saves a lot of time also.
Okay, so really short, but these guys, they used it. We did train them in this case, but about 5 minutes to help them understand how to push the buttons on the device, and then they were able to use it. We actually walked away from them and let them use it for a month before we checked back in with them. Okay, back to the presentation. So really up to developers. A lot of people, Jim Kay and Carl Byers and a few others have talked about choosing use cases, so I won't talk too much about that. Patrick talked about build the AR solutions for success. But again, we think minimal training in the field and at the site, because you don't want to have to spend a lot of time explaining to these guys how to use this. They're working with their hands every day. This has to be just another tool for them. Some of the user factors, we have human factors, PhD that's helped us with some of this. Depth of field is still a challenge. Getting your GUI to be well thought out. For the guys in the field and on site and in the plants, you don't want anything flashy. You want absolutely the minimum amount that still gets the job done. And really practical uses of non-AR elements in the application. So we've done some testing on this. WMJ, you see there is a regional EPC that we did an application for. And we tested 15 people in presentation errors and in navigation errors. Pretty much split, I think 8 male, 7 female. And age diverse, 24 to 62. And we got pretty good feedback from that. And we got fairly good results on a system usability scale. It was above the average, so we felt fairly good about that, but it wasn't super high. We're still continuing to do testing. Our goals are for it just to become another tool. We want it to become invisible for the user, but we don't want the device to disappear either. So, very quick presentation, parting thoughts. It doesn't replace people. It makes people more capable. Sometimes, in some cases, we have seen 2, 3, 4, even 5 times more work done for a particular application in the same amount of time. It helps people. The changing the equation between people and machines, I really believe that that's getting ready to happen, because today you make very rational financial decisions about whether we want to get this done with machine or whether we want to get this done with people. If you make people 4 or 5 times more capable of getting work done, then that whole equation can change. We want the apps to be as easy as Google Maps. When I first wrote this, it was easy as Google Maps. And then I was on a trip with my wife recently, and I said, use your phone and help us get to where you're. She wasn't quite 100% there, so maybe I should say easier than Google Maps. Nothing against my wife. She's a very smart lady, but for some reason, Google Maps kind of hung up on her. And again, sort of the bottom line here is industrial AR apps, you shouldn't have very much training at all. Just show the person the app, show them the device, show them a couple things how it should work, give them 5 minutes of your time. And then in my view, if you've been successful as an engineer and a developer and a designer in your product, then that's going to be sufficient. And that's all they need. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.